The ocean gave them back, but something followed them home. It began on a morning so quiet, even the birds seemed to be waiting. No storm, no warning, no sign the world was about to change. Then someone screamed from the shore, and everyone ran. At first, they thought it was a body. Then it moved. Slowly, gently, like waking from sleep. A man stepped out of the sea. A man who had drowned 3 years ago. His wife collapsed to her knees. She cried his name, touched his face, held him like she would never let go again. He looked exactly the same. Same eyes, same voice, same gentle smile. But something felt quietly wrong. Before anyone could understand, another figure rose from the water. Then another. Then another. People long buried, long mourned, long forgotten, walking home. By sunset, the entire shoreline was full. Families cried, children screamed with joy. Some fainted. News spread faster than fear. The ocean was returning the dead. That night, the returned did not sleep. They did not eat. They did not speak unless spoken to. And when everyone else rested, they watched the ocean, as if waiting for instructions. Only one person truly looked closely, a little girl. She hugged her mother, then slowly pulled away and whispered something no one else heard. She looks like my mommy, but she doesn't feel alive. The ocean returned them, our lost, our beloved, our long mourned. Tears ran freely. Names were shouted. Children clung to fathers who had disappeared years ago. Elders laughed with grandchildren who thought they'd never see them again. The world seemed to hold its breath. And in that moment, nothing else mattered. Villagers sang, they danced, they shared food and stories as if the ocean had given them a second life. No one noticed the stillness in their eyes. No one saw the faint hums that came from the lips of the returned, except one, a little girl. While the village celebrated, she watched closely. Her mother's movements were just a little too precise. Her smile didn't quite reach her eyes. And when she hummed along to the songs of celebration, it was a note no human should make. The girl hugged herself, unsure what she had just seen. That night, the village slept under a blanket of peace. All except the girl. She lay awake, staring toward the shore. She knew something was different. Her mother sat by the window, gazing at the ocean, unmoving. Even under the moonlight, she did not blink. Even under the moonlight, her skin stayed cold. And when no one else watched, she hummed again, a sound that belonged to the ocean, not to her. One night, the girl pretended to sleep, but she was watching. At midnight, her mother stood up, walked outside, and began walking toward the ocean, without shoes, without sound. The girl followed quietly, hiding behind rocks, watching. The returned were already there, standing in the water, waiting, perfectly still, like statues placed by the sea. Then the ocean changed. The waves did not crash. They rose, like breathing, like something beneath the surface was alive, watching them, watching all of them. Then all the returned moved at the same time, floating on the water, not swimming, like something was controlling them. The little girl trembled, waiting for her mother to float too. But her mother stopped, turned slowly, looked directly at where the girl was hiding. Even in the dark, she could see her eyes clearly. Not human eyes, deep, moving, like something swimming inside them. Then her mother smiled and spoke in a voice layered with many voices at once. You villagers always wanted us back. Now we have been sent back to your lives since you villagers refused to let go. We are not yours anymore in the way you knew us. I thought it was my mother, but the eyes staring back at me were not hers. That night, the girl ran home, heart pounding. Her mother's words haunted her. We are not yours anymore in the way you knew us. She looked at her mother, still standing, unmoving, and knew she would rather live without her mother than with someone who was no longer the same. In the following days, villagers began noticing the truth. Wives felt the cold, distant gaze of their returned husbands. Husbands noticed the same in their returned wives. Children hesitated around their parents. Something had shifted. The ones they loved had come back, but they were different. Some mornings, a returned face would stare at you without recognition. Some evenings, they would hum a sound not meant for human ears. The girl realized she wasn't the only one who felt it. Neighbors whispered. Friends avoided returning loved ones. Some felt fear. Some felt grief mixed with awe. The ocean had given them back their dead, but not the people they had lost. And slowly, a quiet wisdom began to form. Then, one day, the villagers acted together. They held the hands of their returned loved ones. They walked them back toward the ocean, not with anger, not with hatred, but with understanding. The returned paused, as if listening, and then they stood silently, waiting. Then one of the returned, a young mother, spoke. We noticed some of you never wanted to move on, always coming to the sea, crying, accusing the ocean. So we were sent back to remind you that some things are better left to rest. She paused. Your love does not vanish. It changes form. You may miss them, you may grieve, but life is for the living. Some doors are never meant to open once closed. Treasure your memories, but embrace the life you have now. Villagers wept quietly, but this time it was different. They understood. Some embraced the returning figures one last time. Some whispered their names. Some touched their hands. Then, slowly, they let go. And the returned walked back into the ocean, disappearing beneath the waves forever. Life cannot always reclaim what is lost. Love endures, but some doors, once closed, are meant to stay closed. Memories are treasures. The living are precious. Sometimes, letting go is the greatest act of love. Like and follow for more stories.